2-0 drops, but you know, eventually we're gonna get it. Until then, it's gonna be so rather interesting. And let's see, this is a Necrophos. So yeah, very similar to the other game that we just saw.
Yeah, that was Bulba pulled out the Necrophos in the last game and casted. It didn't work out too well for him, but I think that might have been like an overall draft thing and just kind of like an outplay factor. But Necro on the board for ROOONS doesn't really reveal too much. Obviously, just a strong core pick here.
Yeah, and we'll see if whoever plays it on the side of ROOONS has a better game than Bulba just had. It was a bit unfortunate. He couldn't really get off into this, you know, this bruiser state where he's super strong. And now we have the best hero of everything in Dota, according to Kyle or Swindlemelons. Basically, Drow Ranger dominated everything around the main cast series that was just played, you know, last few days with Na'Vi. So yeah, we'll see how compLexity. Actually, was Drow Ranger completely ignored last game? I think she was, right?
I don't think anyone touched that.
Yeah, that's peculiar. So yeah, maybe we're gonna see the full range lineup from compLexity. Let's go.
Well, they paired up with Mirana. Obviously, great synergy right there. Mirana can bring a little bit to the table when dealing with Necrophos as well. Into the Ghost Shroud, boom, Starstorm. You got some nice deeps coming out, as well as the right-click damage with the Drow Aura, like as you start to push and just start to go into carry mode. But what's the best way to deal with this Drow Ranger lineup? You just crush it?
Yeah, I mean, this is basically what it always is with these sort of timings, right? Don't let the Drow Ranger get into a comfortable position. And the Necrophos is, yeah, I mean, yeah, you pick the Drow Ranger again in the Necrophos, but Necrophos is not a bad hero per se for that. You have a Reaper, and Reaper makes quick work of single core lineups, so you have to build around the Drow Ranger. Now, obviously, you do that, but still, Necrophos is going to be a very big part of the strategy that ROOONS are going to have against this Drow here. And they should know that. I mean, come on, like, it's a Drow when 719D. It's not unheard of to pick a Drow, so they should have something.
Yeah, they should definitely be prepared for this. You always wonder though, like with a squad like ROOONS, like obviously they're going to be less prepared than a lot of the more established teams, so they may not have as many things to go back to, and oftentimes will refer to or like defer to more comfort picks while trying to get that counter in. Earthshaker, the second pick, doesn't really reveal too much. Once again, just like a super strong pick.
Actually, would you mind taking over for a second? I'll try to see if I can get a watch server command to the guys.
Yeah, for sure. PL ban out by compLexity. They don't want to give that hyper carry over, something that also can deal with Drow pretty effectively. Just close the gap and then out carry the Drow Ranger as you get into the late game scenario. Invoker banned out by ROOONS. Would have pretty good synergy, definitely, with the Drow lineup that they've drafted, and also great disruption into the Necrophos and the Earthshaker as well.
Nearly done, just 1 second. Alright guys, I'm gonna post something in chat, and if you can, please try to see if you can connect into Dota TV this way. If you cannot, like just put the whole thing into console. If it doesn't work, then I don't know what I can do. Maybe you delete the last 5 digits, the 11 to 120. But I think this is how you get into Dota TV. And both of us were also feeding in Dota TV audio, so hopefully you can watch the whole thing there. If it doesn't work, again, sorry, there is no ticket right now. I think the guys tried on the side of ESP, the WSOE guys, but I don't think there was enough time. So yeah, just try the watch server commands in chat. All right.
Good guy though, JJ, trying to at least give everybody a window into the in-game client. That'd be nice to be able to get in, but. Like, there was the PA ban out as well as the Phantom Lancer, so compLexity, they're just keying in on these gap closing carries. They want Drow to just be able to fight from range, and Bane, the third pickup, will provide a little bit more control through these fights.
Yeah, and we just saw Bane banned out. Now he's enabled even more with the Drow. This is... it kind of hurts in a way, but right now I don't really see the hero that Bane is going to annoy too much. We don't really have the typical... you know, this Morphling that gets enfeebled and suddenly he doesn't do anything anymore. He can't last it. He can't do anything. Let's see if ROOONS can play around this. Maybe you know, someone like a Storm Spirit where he can use Remnants to kind of see as anything in this sort of direction. Obviously, like Storm's very specific, but you get the idea.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like ROOONS have to reveal what they're gonna go ahead and pick for these lanes. But as far as like Earthshaker is concerned, like Bane will love to just dominate that matchup. over time it's just harass, brain sap. You'll always lose that battle as Earthshaker, and he has to kind of play around getting a nice Fisher block and then following up to kill that person that's blocked off. Otherwise, like Bane just he wins that harass time and time again.
Alright, apparently the watch server command does not work. Guys, you know what I'll do? I'll try to get the other watch server command with my laptop. I'm just gonna have to fetch my laptop after the game. So for the next game, I hope to get it. We'll see how this works. But
yep.
no.
And we do have 4 more matches after this one, all best of 1.
Yeah,
so this is our second one of the day. Lich the pickup for ROOONS. So I mean, Lich will give you a little bit more lane control. But it's a lot different than what Bane's going to bring to the table, right? Like, so you got sacrifices, you can keep the lane a little bit more in your favor. You do have a bit of nuke, but when it comes to like trading and sustaining yourself in the lane, Bane's still going to win that.
Yeah, I feel like for sure. Sacrifice is great, like you said. But there's ways around this. There's pulls. Now you have an Earthshake against this, which I really like. I think Lich Earthshake is a really cool combo, where yeah, you force compLexity to pull the lane, and you have an Earthshaker to deny it or disrupt it or do any sort of setups when there's a pull happening. Obviously on the side of compLexity, Bane is kind of hard to kill. Mirana has a leap. Rubik, yeah, he's definitely food if he gets caught, but usually he's not the guy in the position. So it's an interesting thing of yes, there is counterplays against the Lich, but on both sides. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they're going to lane this. I hope we're going to see Lich versus Bane just because it's... Oh! Is it a free game? Is it a free game? I feel like it's not... I mean, it's not a bad Broodmother game so far.
What is the answer, though? I mean, what is the pick to deal with this, to round out your lineup and deal with this Brood?
10 seconds remaining.
Honestly, I have no idea. I do like it though. Can we
pull the chat right now? Like chat, come on, what is the...
I mean, chat will definitely know more than we do because they... I mean, we have BSJ fans in the house, so they watch everything that this guy does. He's a great guy, by the way. I really enjoyed working with him at TI. That was a great time.
BSJ?
Yeah, he's fantastic. He's really nice.
He's a national treasure, you know what I mean? Just...
Yes. Course.
Proud to be an American.
No, seriously, we had these great times. There was like Kyle, Grant, BSJ Tricast in group stage. It was hilarious. When they were on the mainstream, when I could ops them, they were just shooting the shit. It was so funny. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, those guys have a really good synergy. I mean, deep game knowledge, but also like a fun cast to watch.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Beck?
That's about it.
The last ban.
Yeah, I don't know what you really ban out here. See, the cool thing about this compLexity lineup is that you can lane in basically every constellation right now. You don't have to pick a mid laner right now. I could see a Lina ban here, but yeah, it's also very all-in, right? So I'm not sure yet.
The TA ban, like in the first phase, do you think they would they had this Broodmother like already planned out coming? Because it was kind of like an awkward first phase ban. It makes me feel like they were sandbagging on this Broodmother.
Oh, Storm, interesting. Well, yes and no. Monkeys really likes his Brood, so that makes sense in a way to keep it open. But I still don't. Nah, I just don't see this. It's more about Tia is really rough because she gets so much bonus damage, and you can't really lane too much stuff against her, and she can snowball really well. So. I think it's fine. Yeah, this is really filthy.
ROOONS. This is toxic. This is really toxic.
Especially with a Necro, it's like you have a Lich who's super annoying to play against. Necro is like legit annoying as well, and then you have Brood and like what the hell is this? Like? What?
I just want to see Rubik turn into a wolf and move.
I'd love that. There's two things that I really like about Rubik when he steals it, and that's Firefly because he literally rides his broom. It's the best, and then of course the small lightning wolf. It's also fantastic. Or actually, Alchemist when he gets chemical rage, the Rubik, it just looks so weird. Fantastic.
One thing, I don't think we did mention it, but I mean, and this is kind of just stating the obvious, but you do have that really good setup synergy between the Bane and Mirana. Rubik Marana as well, like setting up for arrows. Bane, but obviously just a lot easier.
Yes. I mean, Marana Bane is as old school as Dota is, right? it's pretty cool. Alright, so what man, compLexity is taking the time, so I don't think they expected this at all. But who expects a Broodmother into Lycan last pick? Like, let's be honest here.
This is just their standard couple picks. Timbersaw!
Oh,
Wow.
that's really good, actually. Yeah, Limp, of course it is. Alright, well then. Let me see if I have the overlay set up correctly. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, you check on that, and I'm theory crafting this one out in my head right now. I'm just thinking, like, how does this actually play out? Like, this Timbersaw really rounds out their lineup, deals with the Broodmother, will help D-push as iAnnihilate tries to shove down lanes with this Lycan, and will be great, like, clearing out trees, keeping it, like, areas controlled so Earthshaker's not surprising people too much. I like this a lot.
I'm just really curious how this is all going to turn out. Like, it could go one way or the other. If one team gets a really good start and has really strong mid game, they can just take over. Because there is not a lot of, like, you look at both of these teams lineups and you're like, okay, the Drown needs a lot of farm. Snaking on a Mirana, yeah, he can be fetched without a ton of items, but you know, he needs something. Limp,
yeah,
he absolutely needs a shit ton of items to just do stuff. And you look at the side of ROOONS, and you have a Lycan who needs book or anything to fight. You have a Necrophos who's food if he doesn't have items, and you have a Broodmother. I mean, do you want to play Brood without items? I don't think so. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, there's two questions. Do you want to play Brood? Do you want to play Brood without items? I think it would be a no and a no for me, but Monkeys, though, has this Brood Mama moving on towards the mid lane. Look at that,
What a hideous set.
mangoes.
Jesus Christ.
This is the most beautiful set I've ever seen. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
It's a little chunky. The thick mama right there.
I mean, the coolest thing about this is that there is a small spiderling sitting on top of her. It's like...
That's true.
riding.
That's not balanced.
It's cool. Yeah, where is that? Why is there no HP bar? What's happening here? Please, Ice Rock. Please fix. Alright, let's see.
So the thing is, there's like on Jo on this Drow, like it does feel like as Lycan hits 6, it's gonna be really hard for Drow to deal with that. Like the push that's going to be coming at compLexity. What is their way of dealing with that? Do you just look to like dodge that and push the other lane?
You don't really have a lot of push though, except for the Drow, right? Yeah, she hits like a truck on towers, but Timbersaw is more, yeah, he can support in a way that he just takes towers by tanking the creep wave that's coming in. Rubik doesn't do anything. Mirana, nope, absolutely not. And then Bane. Like, yeah, sure, all of these guys can hit because of a Drow aura, but it's not anything like a Lycan or a Broodmother, or even better, howled up Broodmothers with, you know, spiderlings to the howl. Like, what's happening here? There is, you cannot race these guys, so until... I think a lot of this is going to be on Limp. He needs to have a great start, and he needs to make sure that he's the guy who pushes against these, you know, these Broodmothers and the Lycans of this world, and we'll see about that, because if I'm ROOONS, I can walk around this very easily. They're all super fast. They're all super mobile. This is going to be one hell of a game.
Yeah, it really is. As far as kill potential in the lanes, it does kind of feel like it's going to take someone overstepping themselves just a little bit. Like, there's... As far as like someone just getting caught out.
I think what we'll see is EE is going to show top, he's going to TP bottom, he's going to try to see if he can get a steep into arrow combo. But we need some levels for this, but right now, because we have a solo Snake King bottom, he's going to get this really quickly. So I think the actual lanes look really solid for compLexity. But we'll see about any sort of mid-game timing, because oh man, dude, if ROOONS gets anything out of their lanes, they're going to be in a fantastic spot.
Yeah, it feels like if they have a good early game, this could just turn into like a runaway train in their favor. But we'll see how it's going to play out. Starting off here in the first creep wave, 4-0 for Limp. Of course, he's going to dominate this Broodmother till she gets a couple levels.
Oh, Envy top lane dodges a fissure. Would have been very much... Okay, not dead, but you know, he would have been in some trouble. Still kinda is, though. He is very far up here. Oh, you know, Jo getting free farm though. That is okay.
Yeah, it's all good. Guy knows what he's doing. Envy's fine. He just jukes around through the trees. He'll be just fine. Get himself back. Brain sap himself up. Another Fisher. Kind of swing and miss by Boris there.
Yeah, no. You know, he has 2 clarities. He's okay. And he has a mango. So we're good, we're good, we're good. So how's Limp doing in mid lane? I think this is much more important actually than top lane. I guess it's kind of even so far. I don't know about the big
it's pretty even, like, in the mid lane.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about like the power spikes of the Brood versus the Timbersaw. Like obviously, as Timbersaw gets to his level 6, that's gonna be where Brood really can't trade any longer. Is there ever a position where Brood can like power through this matchup?
I don't think so. At least not in the beginning, right? Because if you look at Limp, he's leveling up correctly so far. He has 2 points up in the reactive armor. He is exceedingly tanky. He should not ever get any sort of real right-click carries, and you have a Broodmother and she deals some magical damage with her nukes, but it's just not enough if there is a Timbersaw with like constant 15 HP regeneration.
Envy disrupting the pull by Boris. He was able to take some of the small camp last hits, as well as he got last hits there.
Close call. That was a good attempt actually by Boris. Can't just let it slide here. But there's a lot of experience coming for Envy.
That really is. He'll try to circle this back around to get it towards Jo, but this is one of those like awkward ring around the rosy kind of moments here.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for someone to die actually. Yeah, mid lane shouldn't die. Oh, he actually skills up the Timber Chain. Alright.
Yeah, that caught Monkeys by surprise. Monkeys dropped down very low. He was like at 100 HP on that one.
Ooh! Jesus. Alright then. Ooh, this is some tense stuff here. It's just not really mana efficient at all. So if you can't really get a kill, you're not falling behind, but you're sacrificing. Oh, meanwhile top lane. Envy, do we have a fissure? We do not have a fissure, so he's fine. Back to mid.
Yeah,
alright, we're good.
That's nice for Jo though, because like obviously them going on Envy. If they had gone on Jo with that block, it could have been lights out for that Drow there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Drow really doesn't have a lot. The Bane much harder to kill in a way.
I keep flipping like top to mid, top to mid.
Same.
Because it feels like you could see Monkeys get popped here, and I feel like I'm definitely not going to see this because the burst damage that's coming out onto him.
Yeah, and also because, you know, it's going to be so quick, and so from my experience obsing, whenever there's a matchup where someone shouldn't die, like in this mid lane matchup, then they're the most likely to die, it feels like. So it's like, because you don't really mind the lane anymore, right? You don't really watch it anymore, and then suddenly someone dies, and you're like, how the hell does this happen? Like, it shouldn't, but it did. So what's going on here? So yeah, welcome to Obs Live. It's not great.
Just get your Tors ready, guys.
The T-Tors, yeah. Even bottom can happen, right?
Farming under a tower down here. He's got no pressure. I mean, like and Lich, this is like a no pressure lane. Actually, flip our attention back up to top. Jo taking quite a bit of damage, was blocked in with his Fissure. He'll go ahead and try and just teleport back to tower. Gets it successfully.
Got him. Top again. Come on.
No, my man.
We're good. No, I just saw Lycan on top bar just dropping crazy low, and I was like, all right, something's happened.
Was that a lift into arrow, or was it just a straight arrow?
Look, I only caught it. I don't know what happened, alright?
Okay.
Gotta be reasonable here.
Of you right now. Yeah. Envy's rotating around, trying to get into position for these bounty runes up in the top, but Boris has a little bit of a lead on him, and BSJ is moving for their bounty, so this is going to be an awkward situation.
So Team ROOONS, trying to secure runes. I think Envy sacrifices himself here for the rune. Actually, he doesn't even need to. He has Brain Sap. He'll be fine.
If like he just waits and he waits until like 3 seconds out, Nightmares, and then just takes it, or
I don't think. No, he doesn't have.
No, he has to choose Brain Sap or Nightmare, right?
Yeah.
There's the Nightmare.
Oh, I guess it's a Nightmare. Just get the rune. Easy peasy.
Get the runes. That.
Sweet. Where is? There you go. See, 3 for 1. Team ROOONS.
That's efficiency. Living up to your name.
Oh!
There we go.
Oh, he's level 6.
Kill on to mid. This is level 6 for Limp, and suddenly the lane gets a lot easier for him. Monkeys will be level 6 soon, but it's not the same kind of power spike here as this Timbersaw.
Yeah, now it gets really scary, because he's the one guy you can't have doing well on the side of ROOONS, because he's the only guy who can do anything against you, so if Limp has a good game, you know, that's the one out for compLexity, and they will take over later. No question about that. They are super scary.
So it feels like at this pace, okay, Timbersaw dominates the mid lane, but what does he do out of that? Does he just go ahead and like farm up, get that first core item, or does he move to help the other lanes, or is it like just you rotate to their lanes only if they get actually pressured?
I think it depends on the movement of the Brute and the Lycan. Whenever you see them posturing for a tower push, you just go there and you just shadow them all the time. Because he is so strong, he can kill basically anyone on the map. And we see it already. He has Arcane Boots, he has Soul Ring, he's good to go. And he's building for a sustain. I mean, this is a super standard build, no question, but like this build just means he's gonna be in a lane and he will not get out of it at all. He has 20 stacks. Like this
BSJ with the TP into mid, but he's only level 5. But BSJ's doing the smart thing. What I was going to mention here is that because Limp's so tanky, he's been able to keep that siege unit alive the entire time. BSJ tried to take it down, wasn't able to do so because Z-Freak makes the rotation in. They want that BSJ booty, and it looks like they're about to get it. Drop him on down, Timberchain to seal the deal, and BSJ regrets making that TP.
Yeah, that's a feels bad man moment right there. You help your mid laner, you know he needs some sort of help, you don't have your level 6. Suddenly you get gone on because there is a hasted cruise-in Z-Freak Rubik happening? What's going on there? You know, this is not something that you anticipate. Meanwhile, Boris...
Boris dead.
He has issues? Mirana's
well, he's okay.
Not one. Great juking. Boris, what a guy.
Arrow, leap forward by Snaking down in bottom. He's got I Annihilate, Snaking, flexing in the lane, finding himself another one.
Meanwhile, Limp is under a tier 2, 7 minutes in. Well...
34 armor, no big deal.
Yeah. Well, you know, sometimes it's one of those games. Heavy rotation down the bottom lane, though. Looking to get the tier 1 here on the side of complexity. They're pretty strong right now. Even though it's quote-unquote only a level 4 Rubik. What's the Bane? Bane is 4 as well. Yeah, the Lycan doesn't do anything so far. He's yeah. I mean, he's a level 4 Lycan.
Nothing.
Yeah.
This is the point where you're like, I don't want to be in this lane anymore. Like you don't want to be here, but there's nowhere else to go. I think this is really great from complexity because like now you've left the Drow alone. She can just pump the aura and you're winning the other lane.
Yeah.
Lift.
An arrow?
Do they jump forward? They sure do.
Right,
Snaking finds one, looks for another. Jube's low.
See ya.
And good night, sweet prince.
Yeah, this is rough. This is complexity putting on a clinic. See, this is kind of cool though. You see, like we said in the draft, it's like ROOONS lineup is incredible at pushing towers, and there is not a lot that can actually stop this, except one thing, and that's the lanes going really poorly, and that's exactly what's happening here. So complexity, I mean, obviously they're super smart, right? They know exactly what they need to do in order to win this, but yeah, I would have thought this would be slightly different. Yeah, this is rough.
BSJ has his 6 though. He dropped into the jungle for a little bit just because lanes weren't really where he wanted to be. And thinking about waddling his way down and towards this bottom lane, but there's just too much pressure here. Can't move to mid, can't move to bottom. This is really awkward.
Yeah, awkward is indeed the word. They have a great ward here on the side of complexity, so they see exactly what's happening, because these jungles are your comeback mechanism. Monkeys is scared to go into a level 4 Rubik. And... oh ooh. No, the invis! Oh, that's rough. Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's like one of the only targets that you're going to get, and that's one of the only ways they would have got it. So that was really close. Nice job by Snaking to keep his ally alive, though. And with that, they'll go ahead and rotate on into the mid lane. Limp and Snaking able to just punish this tower on down. Up at the top, Jo makes the move onto I Annihilate. Thrown back by Z-Freak and chunked on down.
So this damage. See, that's the crazy part about this Timbersaw. He's so over-leveled. He went for a 4-point in reactive armor build. You don't expect him to like one-shot people, but he just Timber chains to a Jube, and Jube drops to like 20%. So yeah, life is really rough right now for the side of ROOONS.
Okay, Theorycraft ROOONS way back into this game. I mean, yeah, it's like 3K, 2K net worth advantage over to complexity. Obviously, they have momentum. They have the levels. But what do you do if you're ROOONS right now? Like, if you could kind of captain this team?
I think right now it's about enabling the two heroes that need to do stuff. And oh, 1 second, we have monkeys losing a lot of spiderlings. Yeah, so you want to enable the root, rather. You want to enable the Lycan, because they are the guys who are going to push down the towers. And yo, monkeys, Jesus Christ! I mean, he's dodging really well, but it's
monkeys is like, dude, Limp, can you get a life and just let me farm up a little bit?
Is he dead?
If he gets
see.
If Envy sees him, well, Envy only level 5 doesn't have that Fiend's Grip, but Boris is hanging around. He's just like waiting on a Fissure to peel. But even if he does land that Fissure, if Monkey's caught, I don't think it saves him.
Dude, they look at the trees. They destroyed all the trees just so they could actually hunt down the monkeys. Oh,
I
that
love
was cheeky.
this.
Nice one. This is what gets you back in the game. Uh-oh. Oh no. Not the spiderlings. Oh, this is so tense.
BSJ's having a moment to himself, a little spa time up in the top lane. He's got himself to level 8.
That was good.
Building into his Veil. He might even get there.
Speaking of getting there, Jubei's not getting anywhere, because he did.
Jubei wrecked. There was nowhere to go. Not a chance for him. Borderline almost too easy. Snake King's had like 100% just free game here.
Yeah, and it's not, you know, a lane the way you would traditionally think, yeah, this is super easy. I mean, it wasn't a bad lane, but what's happening in mid is really kind of the story of the game. You force everyone to come mid. You force the Necrophos to come mid. Necrophos dies in the mid trying to help, and that's basically it. Oh, meanwhile, monkeys. Yeah, he mega dead. No? Hello?
Monkey is?
There you go.
Oh, the chain! Up to the high ground, got him.
That's sweet. That was good. Dude, Limp Simmer is actually pretty legit. I wasn't sure about it because I didn't see him play in quite some time, but I think he played in qualifiers quite a bit, so I didn't get to watch most of it.
Amazing, and looks like he's going for his Yules next, so he's going to be able to just fully initiate or disrupt like anything that comes out in a situation he doesn't like. He'll be able to get away from it. He'll be able to set up fights for his team or find these solo kills just that much easier.
And it gives him mana regen, because he is so invincible, he does not need to go back, basically, ever. So right now, every bit of mana regeneration helps so much.
Absolutely.
Oh, there is 5 versus Limp. This is raid boss territory, and oh no, up to the high ground.
To the high
Are they gonna
ground.
get him?
No,
I think
they
he's
don't
out.
get him.
No,
No,
he's stuck.
There's no way.
Nah?
Annihilate's already halfway through his Lycan form.
Yeah, this is a bit awkward.
You can chase.
Oh, no, Envy. Envy's like, what's happening here, guys?
Do you need me? No. Go do something else.
Yeah, Limp is not dying this game. He is... I mean, what a performance. 3-0 and 3-0 and 0. Jesus Christ, English.
Z-Freak's got level 4 spawn spiderlings as well. He can look for a solo kill, or he can just go ahead and farm up if he wants. Arrow flies.
Oh,
Arrow
nice
does
try.
not land.
Nice
Looks
try.
like they caught Boris.
Yeah, the creep.
BSJ around the backside though. BSJ looking to save the day for ROOONS, but do they have any detection? It doesn't look like they do. Boris able to squirt himself out of there. Monkeys, they're gonna get a kill. BSJ will go ahead and secure that one as ROOONS get on the board, but Limp finding another kill onto Annihilate in the mid lane while that was happening.
Yeah, this is rough. You don't want to lose your Lycan there. That was a nice kill. But what a trade. You don't want to trade your Rubik for a Lycan. Sorry, other way around, but yeah. Still the same thing. Limp is just...
Meantime, Jo took that top tower
Amazing.
free of charge.
Oh yeah, Jo is still in the game. I kind of forgot about him, huh? Dude, they just tried it on the side of ROOONS to kill Limp. They're gonna try again here. Or maybe they're just gonna settle for Envy. Okay, that makes sense. Oh,
You're going for
Jubei,
Envy.
Jesus Christ.
Jubei taken down by Limp. Envy knows the play he has to make. He just has to run around and bait. He'll turn around with the brain sap, keeps himself healthy, and then fighting Shay. Echo Slam, they're able to combo up the damage and take him down. Now Limp, about as low as he's been thus far in the game. Are they going to get killed? They've got it. 641
Sweet.
gold going over to Boris, and ROOONS are back in the game. Kind
See,
of.
that was great. I don't know if it's enough.
You just compLexity just had to make like a play that like they probably shouldn't have made, and ROOONS had to capitalize on it perfectly.
They were kind of deep, to be honest. You know, they had a Bane and a Timbersaw basically on the steps of the base. So you could say, you know, there was a slight over-aggression. Though, to be fair, the thing is, for me at least, at 50 minutes in the game, I would have expected the other team to be 6k ahead. And not the team with a massively scaling Zhao and a Mirana. So, yeah. You know,
Yeah,
it still doesn't look
Precision
that
Ore is
great.
pumping out 43 damage right now.
That's a lot of damage. And it's already nerfed. I mean, we just had a nerf to it, but yeah, I guess not. Still good.
15 minutes in, these guys go ahead and set up for some ROOONS. Look like bottom bounty ROOONS picked up by Jubei.
Snaking.
An arrow did fly. I Annihilate.
Ooh, nice.
Gonna go make the move on to Snake King.
Oh,
Everything's
bounces.
there. They have the dust. Do they have the kill? One leap. You're gonna need leap to the low ground into the TP.
Got him.
Come on, come on.
Oh
Snaking!
my god, what a player.
Oh, he's just styled.
Yeah, that's rough. You blew absolutely everything on the guy, and he just casually TPs out, leaps away. He's like, alright, see you guys.
Need to phone a friend on that one.
The king, as they call him. Dude, snaking is actually pretty good.
Radiant structures.
That was, yeah, I mean, granted, they're very far ahead. Snaking, he has a lot of advantage in this game, but that was still a nice little play to get out of that.
They're doing alright, you could say.
Radiant's bottom
You know, still, I
is
mean,
under attack.
credit where credit's due. ROOONS just got 2k gold off of the whole map, even though they lost quite a bit of
Roshan has fallen to
objectives.
the raid.
But still, it's not as
Limp.
dire as it was. Oh.
Now has an Aegis, so you just don't focus this Timbersaw. And
Actually,
hopefully he just doesn't put his team into a bad position, because
see, that's
he's
one of
not
those
having a
Aegises that are more about the mana, I feel like, because yeah, you know, he died, okay, sure, but he also was basically in the enemy's base.
Radiant's bottom
Oh.
tower is under attack.
I feel like you could have put it on someone else, but
For the hunt.
I guess it's fine.
Top tower is under
It's
attack.
whatever. Just have the Aegis, have someone tank it up. Limp is going to be on the front lines. Yeah, I get it. Alright. I think.
whatever the case, though, they shove down this top T2
Top tower has fallen.
incredibly easily. They'll be able to keep the mid T1 alive. Deny it? No.
No.
Does go over. So ROOONS able to
That's
get
good.
himself a tower.
Honestly, like, these are the sort of trades that ROOONS need to do. They need to shut down the towers. They're still tier 1s in the top and the bottom. That's not optimal, but they are slowly getting into a position where they can do more. And they need that so bad. Now a smoke. Oh no, not the Brood again.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Alright, I guess the Brood is fine. Let's see where they go. Because bottom lane, this is extremely juicy. If you kill a Lycan right now and force out a ult. And there it is.
Level 7 Lycan right now to a level 15 Timbersaw.
Oh, nice block.
He's Nightmare. There's nowhere to go. I annihilate. I feel bad for him right now. He's done. Don't leave him for dead. BSJ and Boris running themselves away. Is Limp going to continue to Timber Chain forward? He sure will. Nice chunk of damage onto BSJ. Yules to hold him in place. Can anybody catch up to this? He doesn't have enough mana to follow up now.
Yeah, that's that's one of those problems that when you're too strong, you never go back to base, then you just... Yeah, you need your mana. Meanwhile, top lane. Oh, that's a rough angle on the arrow.
Dire's bottom
Oh, the
tower
creep?
is under attack.
There you go. Oh, there is no arrow.
Awkward.
Huh? Alright.
Naking's going to be against BSJ and Juve over here, as Boris does go on down. He'll
he's
find
fine.
himself one, but
Ooh.
BSJ turns around with the scythe. Will be able to take Snake King down, and should be cleaned up here unless we're going to see some other unforeseen rotation happening.
Meanwhile, the base.
Yeah, meanwhile the base, I was going to say,
Oh, it's fine,
the rest
it's
of
fine.
complexity's hammering way down the bottom. Fiend's Grip out. BSJ can't do anything.
I mean, you still take it if you're BSJ. You get a kill.
Absolutely.
You trade your life for it, whatever.
Yep.
And that was, you know, the damage on the tower is actually okay. 600 damage. You take this. In this game, you absolutely take that. It's just getting way worse, you know. Now it's 9k. Yeah, it's a rough game. It's a rough game.
To say the least. This is like one of the most nightmare games I've seen for a Lycan in a long time. This hero, like,
Yeah.
you obviously, we talked about, if you have like decent lanes, you're gonna be able to run over this Drow, Mirana. Like, what are they gonna do when you start pushing with this Brood? But from playing from this perspective, you're just not strong enough. Like, one of the only things you could do is, like, if complexity is distracted on the other side of the map, like, you sneak down, ult, get your units onto like a T1 and try and take it out. The bottom T1 is low, so he could try to pull a play like that. But otherwise, you're just farming and trying to hide on the map.
Yeah, now they want to go on Envy, and that's a perfect vision by Boris. Fantastic. Good kill.
That's a great job.
Yeah. Now they just have to
Oh,
get out
monkeys.
now. Oh no,
He's on
there's
Snake King.
Lim coming in. This is very scary. Snake King should be fine though.
Do they know that Limp's behind them?
And
Limp
now
in
they
the
know.
Middle of 3. Yeah, now they know.
Oh, he
Wow, Monkeys
Fantastic.
chase snaking all the way down under the T2, able to get it. Now Limp, he's dropping low, but still has Aegis. Keep this in mind. Z-Freak engaged on by Monkeys in the mid lane. Z-Freak looks like he's gonna go down. Is he? Nope, cancel off the TP out. Z-Freak will drop. Monkeys takes a triple kill here. And now Jo in the mix, trying to get these frost arrows onto target Monkeys. Nice on to Jo, blink in. Boris there. Boris has the stun. Jo held down in place as the Echo Slam comes out. They're able to find quite, it was at 3 or 4 kills through that engagement, narrowing this net worth advantage a little bit in their favor. ROOONS, what a great turn of events here.
Okay, props to Jo. He tried to pike the Broodmother just when the Earthshaker jumped in, so he would get out of range, but he was just on the edge of the Aftershock stun, so this is why he actually died. But we saw Limp, and this is what I was hitting on when he picked up the Aegis. If you can't pop it, it's like, yeah, he's there, he's unkillable, but he doesn't do anything without mana. Right now, Limp was just watching his friends die because he just literally couldn't do anything. So he needs more, and obviously the Bloodstone is really going to help. You see him pop a Clarity as well. But this whole engagement, honestly, props to Monkeys Forever. First of all, he's always been keeping up with the farm. He had 9k net worth just before this engagement. So he was reasonably farmed. He had a BKB, he had a Diffuser Blade as well, just so he could chase. And this is why he killed Snake King. And this is the first kill that really picked up the pace for them. Without this kill, there would have been no engagement whatsoever. But because he was still so freakingly farmed, considering which state of the game they were in, he could make it happen. And that was a fantastic heads-up play there.
Yeah, it really was. I think credit where credit's due. Monkey's the only person that could have made that play happen, and he absolutely did. I think he secured himself at least a triple kill through that engagement, able to follow up even after chasing Snake King down. And he did such a good job of like hugging the cliffs and walking through trees, just because once Jo moved in, like if he gets free line of sight, he's going to be able to get a kill onto the Brood there. But Monkey's staying elusive and getting work done. I like it.
Yeah, heads up play here as well with a D-ward on the cliff. They know there was some sort of shenanigans happening, Jubei falling back. Meanwhile, bottom lane, we have a Boris Earthshaker being absolutely hammered. And he is dead. Alright.
Nothing to do there.
Nope.
Annihilate is hanging out down in this position where he could sneak this tower. This is what we were kind of mentioning just like a few minutes ago. Not a lot he can do on the map. He does have level 1 Necro Book though.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to use his ult for another, you know, at least level 12. But we'll see. I think it's worth it at this point. You just draw it out. Oh, Jubei, you gotta be careful here, buddy.
I'm not getting anything. I mean, I would just pop it and take that tower, but we'll see what's gonna happen.
There you go.
Go ahead and move
right.
in. There you go with
Fair
the
enough.
units. Takes the tower.
I mean, it's a safer play. You're definitely right there. It's worth. Meanwhile,
Jo made the
Monkeys.
move down. Does Jo have? Yeah, he does have his Shadow Blade.
Yeah, but I mean, he's still liking, you know, he's Gucci.
It's fine. Oh no, I was just thinking like actually Lycan could make the turn onto Jo if he didn't have that Shadow
okay.
Blade, but
Yeah, you're right. I mean, oh, this is another great kill. Monkey's getting a lot on the map right now, and he is looking at the net worth. This is super surprising. Limp is exactly even with Monkeys. Dude, I'm actually
Kinda
impressed.
nuts.
I'm like, you know, I personally I don't have the biggest respect for these NA Dota stacks because it's the same thing every TI. After TI, there is these random NA Dota stacks. They look really hot for like 2 weeks and then they fall apart. But they're actually playing really well here. Like credit for credit's due. They're playing pretty well. I really like it actually.
clip it. You heard it.
Oh no, please.
Right there.
Mercy. No, I mean,
JJ,
you know.
big NA Dota fan at this point. We have successfully converted him.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that.
Let's see. Crimson Guard complete over here for Limp.
Yeah, he's not dying.
Fisher's out blocking off that, or canceling his Timber Chain out of there. Snaking, moving forward. Echo Slam holding Limp in place. Scythe, not enough. Now complexity in position to turn this around. Chain Frost bouncing around. Limp trying to get to the low ground. Able to do so successfully. Envy finds Boris, now looking for BSJ. Banana Slam Jamma taken on down. Look at that. Envy actually stays alive. It's all calculated.
Oh,
Monkeys trying to slip to the high ground.
Hello?
Stay elusive. Remain elusive. You gone too far, Monkeys.
Oh, the shrine? Oh no.
And that's complexity taking 4, losing nothing. They juggled that damage incredibly well.
Yeah, and this served as a great reminder that Limp is actually still, you know, this raid boss. He nearly died. Like, it was so close, but he didn't, and that's the issue. And then suddenly everyone just, you know, cleaned up. Well, and also Snaking has an MKB, so yeah, there is that. He actually hurts.
Yeah, I did not see that complete. I did notice like when he jumped in, he was just chunking through targets.
Oh, and this is, yeah, this got even worse right now. The Timbersaw, you know, he has he has 4 items that make him incredibly tanky. Oh man, how do you bring this guy down? You need absolutely everyone.
I think honestly, like what you were touching on before is like let him burn his mana, juke him out, aim everybody else. Like once he's low on well, now he does have his bloodstone, but once he is low on mana, like he's really not bringing too much to the table, and there are quite a few squishy targets around him.
Yeah, like I think right now the ratio of damage to health or tanking capabilities. If you look at the Mirana dishes out crazy amounts of damage while being quite squishy. Yeah, she has good armor, but if you bring her down with magical spells, she's still gonna drop quite quickly, so I think this is who you focus on. She's hard to get to the backlines, but Boris has a blink, so they should have the tools. And we saw her just doing way too much just now in the engagement.
Monkeys has 4k gold stored up and working towards his Scythe of Vice, so that should be a pretty game-changing pickup.
It really is.
Really, like, we saw him find like that solo kill onto sneaking before. He'll be able to do that a lot easier.
Yeah, maybe this is when I can actually go on Limp, because we've seen it. He died once because he overextended like absolutely crazy, with his whole team being somewhere else, just having a Bane there. And just now they try to kill him, and they clearly didn't have it. Oh no, this Brood needs to get out of dodge right now. Okay. See, I was very worried because one mistake and ROOONS is done for. They're gonna lose their X.
Yeah, they have to keep this momentum going right now. It's impressive, like the way they've kind of tightened up their movements, and it's also like this interesting aspect. I think a lot of players and teams deal with. Like sometimes when you find yourself behind in a game, a lot of times you end up playing better than you otherwise would have, and it's just because like you feel that pressure, and ROOONS just kind of making that happen right now. Probably just like a lot of the shot calls tightening up over here. Down at bottom, we're gonna have an engage Nightmare onto BSJ. We do have Boris looking to peel potentially if they get clumped up. Nah.
Wow.
BSJ just wrecked.
So high. Yeah,
oh, the Fiend's Grip catches Boris on the back end. Envy.
Oh, Monkeys. You fine? I think he's okay.
Monkeys is fine.
I mean, I still have PTSD from earlier, you know, them just chasing the Brood.
I think Monkeys does too. If you caught a case of PTSD just from watching it, you know Monkeys has got some.
Okay, second Roche. This might be the Roche that actually enables high ground. They have the sick ward in the top lane, but it just alright. It expires right now, so never mind that.
Aegis is snaking this time, right? No, Jo.
Alright, I think that's reasonable. Yeah, we didn't see anything from Jo, and he's slowly been farming up his BKB. Meanwhile, Jubei getting handled.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jubei chunked down.
I think you just
does have a buyback if they go to break the high ground here, which it feels like they will.
Yeah.
Still has Chain Frost available as well.
I guess the decision to go top right now to not give Annihilate his tier 1 top makes a lot of sense. I mean, he still like it, you know. He still has book 3. So I get it.
He's just gonna hang out, wait to see if they commit, or wait to see like if anybody shows in lane. Right now, nobody shows in lane. He just stays on the side.
Yeah, I think that's a sensible play. Now, that's definitely the play to make. If they don't push high ground, you just stay here. You just chill. What's Envy doing actually? Why doesn't he just kill it? Oh, because Jay is here and he wants to give. Oh, Envy is such a nice support. Look at him, making sure Jay gets hold of farm. What a guy.
That's the efficiency. He's like, Jay, you don't even have to run the lane. I'll bring it to you, dude. It's all good.
Yeah. Jay can get the wave. Jay can get the. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Smoke. Here we go. Limp. Can they kill him? Oh no.
Seems sketchy. Oh, they got the Hex out. Nice.
Wait, that's
Hex
good.
Completed.
No, he did BKB.
He's gonna hold Monkeys in place. Limp stays alive through this. Monkeys is gonna drop now with an Echo Slam out. They'll be able to put Limp down into the dirt. There is a gem on the deck. Snaking under BKB. Moves on forward. They'll take down Boris as well. Annihilate runs in late to the party. Trying to get something done. Z-Freak blinking on forward. Annihilate just fast enough to get himself to the high ground and stay alive, looks like. And BSJ, will he be as lucky? Doesn't look like it. He's down. JJ, compLexity, just styling over ROOONS.
See, this is one of those cases where, like, okay, we kill this guy, come on guys, we kill this guy, and then you kill him, and what did it take? Absolutely everything. They had nothing back in the tank. And Annihilate not coming down here was... I mean, he was, honestly, it wasn't much on him. He was TPing basically the second they set up this engagement, and he was still late. And then his BKB ran out, he was just running it, and alright.
Yeah,
Sorry,
there
not his
was
BKB.
like no good
His ult,
situation.
basically.
There's just nothing for him to do effectively on the map.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of a result of everything that has led to this point. compLexity have broken bottom. They're breaking mid. That'll be range barracks going on down. And it looks like compLexity are going to be ending this game here around the 30-minute mark. Arrow flies forward. Good
That was
night, Boris.
unfortunate. Linking into an arrow that's some rough stuff. Well played. I kind of expected the line to have a BKB at this point. I don't know why. It feels very off. But yeah, that was rough.
GG, man. This is a compLexity, I guess, not really happy about their first performance of the day. Come back and just put the boot down on ROOONS.
Yeah, you could see. Okay, look, we're here to play. We should be getting into the playoff stage of WSOE, and let's make sure that we show this. And not to take anything away from ROOONS, I think compLexity should have been the favorites going into this. Like we talked before the game. For me, that was a big question mark because I would say TFT is not as strong as compLexity in theory at least, and losing to them made me very about the performance of compLexity. But now they really showed, okay, look, we have a game plan, we have a very strong draft. The Timbersaw last pick absolutely won the game, and Limp also performed. There was a lot of pressure on Limp basically to do well, and he delivered.